Hey guys, Jason the X for Asst Live, powered by Cinelinks.com. Man, this is a special review because I'm reviewing the Mattel, I still say Matty, Elite Collection Series 10 Shinsuke Nakamura figure, the NXT Takeover exclusive Target series. And why am I reviewing this? Because, well, I got buddies. And why do I have two of them? I'm not a scalper. Right now I'm saying I'm not a scalper. I just have two friends that love wrestling, and I found figures that they want, so I got them both. So it is a very, very nice figure, and Sean's sitting right over here. Thanks for he actually gave me the heads up on what series this was. Appreciate that, brother.
What's that for? And
after, I'll admit, there was a point I was like, I'm glad that, you know, Sean's like a brother to me because he almost didn't get this figure. Because while I'm not a wrestling figure collector, I do like Shinsuke Nakamura. He's one of my favorites. I think we've seen enough of his matches. The guy is awesome. And deserved a figure. And he did have a release, a Toys R Us one. What was that series?
It's the Greatest Entrance.
The Greatest Entrance. And he had the two tops and everything. But the head sculpt was a little off. And I kind of passed on it. Like, it was almost that one that made me buy.
And it was more expensive, too.
And it was a little bit, yeah, it was like 30 or something.
$24.99 price point.
It was a little bit higher.
25. Something.
Well, these are at the 20 price point. And honestly, the packaging on this one, yeah, let's get that. Let's get the figure out of the way real quick. The packaging, very nice. I love all the NXT Takeover stuff on there. Very clean with the black and the gold and the white entrance jacket. It's just a very nice figure. You got the his debut down here, January 4th, 2016 in Dallas. On the side, you get a shot of Shinsuke. And yes, I got the box from just comparing them in. But really nice packaging. When you were taking this apart, I was surprised at the tiered shells and everything. Almost kind of like Marvel Legends were they. Actually better than Marvel Legends. Because this is impressive with the double layers of the cardboard on the insert. And easy opening from the bottom if you're a collector. So, yeah, very nice. And just your standard clamshell, but yeah. That's the part I was really sold on right there. Especially with that unique X design. So, yeah. So that is, well, I can go ahead and say on this video, that is Miss Cora's. Cora is actually a huge Shinsuke Nakamura fan. So, let's take a look at the figure. And there's that head sculpt. I mean, Mattel head sculpts on the wrestlers can be hit or miss. And this is a good one. Not quite Shinsuke. Not quite, but a lot better. At least he doesn't have... He's bordering on like a lazy eye a little bit. And I think it's more just because of the head. When his jacket is on, it leans a little bit more to the left. Mm-hmm. So he's getting that. But I mean, he's got his undercut here. The jacket, very Bret the Hitman Hart. You know, I love when he started wearing this jacket. And if you guys hear my voice going back and forth, it's because I'm talking to Sean. So he's sitting right over here by me. But it's a latex jacket. And that was one of the downsides. It's a very pliable plastic, but not really for posing.
Yeah, the older elites would have soft goods, which was much nicer. But then this recent trend has been make the jackets made out of a hard plastic, which is not as fun.
I do like the epaulets are actually a different type of. Well, they're separated. They're a different plastic piece, not just all one mold. So I'll give credit on that one. That part's just the painted on. A little bit slop on the gold bit there, but I mean. How much? The buttons at least are pretty clean down the line. Not a lot of slop on there. Actually the right side, oh, there's a little bit there. So, not too bad. Now, one thing I will say, I know he's had a couple of different pant styles. And I don't know why. It's simple, but it looks cheap. I don't know why. It looks like I don't know. I don't know exactly what his pants are made out of when he's wrestling, but he does have that design. So yeah. One downside to the figure that we were noting is a little bit of looseness on this leg, and that's because that peg, and this is more of a QC thing. Your miles may vary on something like this. It's not pushed through all the way. You got a lot coming out through here. I recommend getting something flat and round and heating that up both sides with a hairdryer, and it should be able to push through pretty good. So yeah, other than that, I mean, it's a decent figure like this. You got the nice folds and the pants and everything. They're not just straight. He's got a lot of ankle articulation down there. I don't know if that's a double peg down there. I see that the flat part that allows it to do the back and forth here, but I think he's got a peg up in the top foot, and I really can't see because it's a lot of black and black, and I don't want to move it around too much. But you do have the kick pads on there. Nice little detail there. So, to get a better look at this figure, you just take the jacket off, and we know why that's ringing over there, and we're curious to see if Matt got his SNES Classic. That's another story for another day. SNES. I said SNES. So, here's the figure without the jacket, and then here we can actually go over the articulation a little bit more. But he does come with this other accessory, which is Shinsuke's scarf or armband that he puts on, and that fits over very nicely. It's not too obtrusive. It actually helps because I think this arm doesn't go down far enough. You can see, like the right side seems to go down a little bit more than the left side, but this kind of fills that out a bit. So articulation on the figure, and I do like the buck that he's on because Shinsuke's not like an overly muscular guy. It's not like one of those where we got Tim Drake Robin and Tim Drake was like jacked up and everything. It's very fitting for that character. Like I've seen them change the buck with like Rusev and figures like that. So, but articulation wise, he does have that back and forth at the ankle, and there is definitely a peg that is moving up into that leg. I don't know exactly how it is, but for a character like Shinsuke, it would be pretty good. You got double jointed knees, which go pretty far, especially for Shinsuke's his entrance that he does, where he falls over the rope. Hips can go about that far out. I mean, that's enough to get a pretty decent kick out of the character. Super kick party. You go forward, not too much, and back, you know, just about that far. You do have a waist articulation and an ab crunch, which this is actually pretty sturdy, whereas on some Marvel Legends figures, I'm used to that clicking ab joint. But they actually, I hope that, I don't know, do those loosen up over time? Have you noticed any of them? Not really?
Pretty good.
Okay. Not a lot of ratchet joints on this guy. Very smooth, but they feel strong enough. Because you get 360 on the shoulder, go out about that far, twist at the bicep that'll go all the way around. Single jointed elbows. Now that's one thing, we were discussing double jointed elbows. I'm actually kind of surprised that WWE hasn't gone to something that would be more of a double jointed system. But you do have a nice rotation at the wrist and a back and forth. One of the hands is open, one's got a closed fist. And the head, like I said, does get a little bit more articulation once you don't have that jacket on. It is on a ball peg, which does pretty well. Overall, I'd say out of the evolution of all the Shinsuke figures I've seen, this is probably the best one that's come out. I mean, I'd love to get it. I would have loved to have a comparison with the other one, and I don't have any wrestling figures to compare it to. And Sean was like, "Hey, wait, I'll bring another figure over." I'm like, "Nah, we're doing this now." So I do have an Emperor's Guard figure from the upcoming Star Wars film to compare them to. There you go. So your standard 6-inch scale, and the WWE figures have always been a little bit bigger buck than our standard 6-inch scale that we're used to on Marvel Legends and Star Wars. They kind of set themselves, you know, with that it's like a 7-inch scale almost. But anyway, yeah, there you go, guys. I keep hitting the camera, sorry about that. Pretty nice figure. Sean, what would you, how high would you rank this figure? Because you collect a lot of WWE figures. So give me on a scale of 5. What would you rank him?
Well, you know, personally, I think the head looks great. It's a major upgrade from the
Yeah.
last Elite that we got, and also one that I've been using on the basics. I think he looks great without the jacket. I honestly, I don't like the jacket because really there's no posability and mobility with that. But you know, I'd say if we had one that didn't have the problem with the knee, I'd go 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5?
Yeah, so that's pretty close.
That's fair, considering we got to do some maintenance on the
Yeah.
figure. So we got to correct a QC, which, like I said, not a big thing, but still, it's there. So, well, guys, this is a Target exclusive. Make sure you find this guy, and he's going for quite a bit online. I think about double the price right now. So, if you see him, snatch him up. And I'm sorry I bought 2, but I bought them for two people that are my friends and my buddies, so I'm gonna hook them up. Anyway, guys, this is Jason X. Make sure you like this video, subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JasonX. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.